When we think of penguins, we mostly imagine them living in cold climate regions like Antarctica. However, there's a species of penguin that calls South Africa its home. This is Alfred. He is one such penguin. He belongs to the S. demersus genus. We wanted to learn more about him, so we went to the Georgia Aquarium to get more information.
The first thing is that these are South African penguins. This is actually 60-something degree water with about 72 degree air. So if you look at most penguin species are actually warm water penguins. There's only two. And if you look at the adaptations for that kind of thing, penguins that live in the cold are normally bigger. They also have very thick feet, things like that, because they have to survive those cold climates. Penguins will eat almost anything they can find. We feed them small fish, and that kind of keeps them very well hydrated as well as very well fed, because these animals only get the hydration that they need from the food that they eat. They can't drink the water because their kidneys can't filter it out. So they will spend a good portion of their life in the water. Most of their time is spent foraging and feeding, so about 70% of their life will be spent in the water. And of course, that brings into adaptation, I guess, and natural selection, obviously. Penguins evolved for the purpose of that they are water birds. They have flippers, they don't have wings anymore. Their feathers are adapted to where they trap air in between the feathers and the skin. And so what that does is it keeps the water off of the penguin, and it keeps them warm, which is why they can live in such cold environments. Different penguins have different adaptations for the places they live. Most birds, when they need to breed or migrate, they focus on light cues. So this penguin exhibit is actually sequenced with the sunrise and sunset in South Africa, because if we didn't do that, they actually wouldn't breed. These are warm climate penguins. They are found near the Cape of Good Hope in the bottom of South Africa.
This penguin exemplifies the revolutionary theory of evolution. As mentioned in their interview, the morphology of the penguin has been specifically adapted to its environment. Though they are still considered a species of bird, the bones in their wings are designed to function as a flipper, as opposed to a wing for flight. Since they spend 75% of their lives foraging in water for food, they require large flippers to propel their bodies in the water. Also, compared to birds, they must have a greater bone mass to increase the strength in their forelimbs and help keep them warm in subsurface waters. These adaptations were clearly no accident. Over time, environmental conditions allowed natural selection to take advantage of random mutations within the population. These characteristics made penguins more fit to waddle along the seas of South Africa.